All right, so let's get into this. It's kind of like a modern fable, right? All about ambition and what it really costs you. And it starts with something, well, something a lot of us worry about. But it quickly spirals into this bizarre world where losing something is actually seen as an investment. And it always starts small, doesn't it? Something you try to just push aside. You know, a hair on your pillow. Then a few more. And that little seed of anxiety just starts to grow. Before you know it, you're up late, scrolling, just looking for any kind of answer, any reassurance at all.
So after days of this frantic searching, you stumble upon it. It's just one comment, buried deep in some random online forum. No name attached, no real context. But the words just grab you. They completely reframe this thing you're passively losing into something you might be actively choosing.
And of course, that one comment is a total rabbit hole. You click a link, then another, and suddenly you're somewhere different. It's this super minimalist private community. No logos, no ads. Just this stark black page that feels, I don't know, both exclusive and a little bit creepy. And this is all it says. It's a killer question, right? Because it suggests this whole thing is already happening. That you're not in control, but your body is. It's already made a deal. And when you're feeling scared and confused, being told there's a purpose to it all, well, that's an invitation that's pretty much impossible to say no to. So you join, and inside it's wild. Thousands of people all documenting this super weird link between losing their hair and suddenly becoming incredibly successful. The proof they're posting isn't like before and after hair photos, it's before and after wealth photos, new cars, new offices. And the way they talk, it's almost like a cult. They don't say loss, they say conversion. And this isn't just some support group, oh no, it's a whole system, a philosophy. They send you this document, this manifesto really, and it completely flips your anxiety on its head. It reframes it as this powerful, untapped asset. And that's it. That's the moment you go from just watching to actually taking part.
So here's the core idea. They call it the follicle economy. And it's so seductive because it tells you your body isn't failing. It's optimizing. It's making a smart trade, you see. Taking energy from something visible and kind of superficial, your hair, and redirecting it into something way more potent. Focus, ambition, drive.
Now, to actually harness this power, they give you a ritual. It's just 3 simple steps, but it's brilliant psychological engineering. It basically gamifies the whole thing. Your anxiety, that's now data collection. You're not just passively losing hair anymore. No, you're actively tracking an investment. You're giving your conscious approval to this trade your body's making for you. So you decide, okay, what the heck, I'll play along. You figure it's just a placebo, some weird coincidence, but then you start logging the data and you start to see a pattern that's, well, it's impossible to ignore.
Yeah, the numbers. They start lining up perfectly with how you're doing. It starts small, but pretty soon, it's undeniable. The days you lose more hair are the exact same days you're sharper, you're more focused, you're just on fire. The data is screaming that a transaction is happening.
And we're talking about real-world results here. That promotion you gave up on, it's yours. Random business opportunities just appear. Everything you do has this new level of precision. For the first time, your life just makes sense. It's working.
Then, a senior member, username Vane47 by the way, he reaches out and he tells you the next level. It's not enough to just track it, you have to accept it. He says if you lean in, if you consciously agree to the trade, you'll accelerate everything. You have to treat your body like a business partner, and it's waiting for your sign-off.
So your success is just skyrocketing, and you find out there's another level, Phase 3. But it's only talked about in this locked channel for the most dedicated members, the ones with a high sacrifice count. And right there, that phrase, sacrifice count, that should be the first major red flag. Eventually, you hit the number. 214 strands a day. They call it a deep conversion. And just like that, the channel unlocks. But when you get inside, there's no party, no congratulations. It's just dead silent, cold, clinical. And the very first post you read lays out the horrifying truth. The terms of the deal, they've changed. See the hair? That was just the opening bid. The body has a lot more assets to liquidate. Things like sleep, your emotions, the warmth you feel for other people. And the whole channel is just this cold, anonymous ledger, people accounting for the real price of their success. It's a list of trades. You know, I made 7 figures, but I haven't actually laughed in months. And that's when the real cost hits you like a ton of bricks. It's not about hair.
It's not even about sleep. You're trading away your humanity. All that warmth, that empathy, it's being converted into pure, cold, brutal efficiency. Then you see the pinned post. It's from this account just called Origin, and it explains the final, brutal rule of the game. This wasn't a choice you could back out of. You open an account, and the withdrawals, they're going to keep coming until there's nothing left. And with that one post, it all just clicks into place. This was never a philosophy. It's a trap, a perfectly designed dependency. It gives you a taste of this incredible power, and then it makes the idea of being normal again feel like a punishment you can't bear. You're completely stuck. You try to stop, you try to just go back to normal, but your whole world just collapses. Deals fall through. You feel slow, clumsy, unfocused. But the second you start counting and logging again, bam, the power is back. This system has made being average simply unbearable. Fast forward a year. You look in the mirror, and you don't recognize the person staring back. And it's not because of the hair, it's the look in your eyes, that cold calculation. You don't have friends anymore. You assess them with a cost-benefit analysis. And the scariest part of all, this doesn't bother you. Not one bit. And then, one day, you see him. Some young guy in a coffee shop, anxiously running his hands through his hair, doing the exact same things you used to do. And now you have a choice. Do you warn him? Do you try to save him? Or do you recruit him? Feed the system, and maybe, just maybe, accelerate your own progress. You pull out your phone, and you send the invitation, and you feel absolutely nothing. And that's when you know, you've hit the final level. You're not the one this is happening to anymore. You are now the system that makes it happen. Because here's the thing, the hair was never the point. It was never the real cost. This whole story is really just a dark metaphor, right? For what we give up in the relentless chase for success. So it leaves you with this one kind of haunting question. What are you trading away to get what you want?